For Sentinel.com, this is Ira Winderman with your latest Ask Ira Miami Heat mailbag. Our first question today comes from Ray, who says, Ira, do the Heat use this schedule for motivation? Not playing on Christmas, with just 5 national television games. Ray, I'm not so sure that there's enough of a veteran bent from this roster to take umbrage. About the only players with such a right for indignation would be Chris Bosh and Udonis Haslem. But we're still not so sure if Chris will be back, which has a lot to do with why the network shied away. And even Udonis Haslem recognizes right now that his role is more to mentor than anything. So as Hassan Whiteside grows into his new role as team leader, and with Goran Dragic trying to reestablish himself as a premier point guard, I think the Heat have come to the realization that they have to earn their way back. Remember, if the Heat's young players do prove to be viable and successful, there still is a chance for outlets like ABC, ESPN, or TNT to add games and reconfigure the schedule down the road. Our second question comes from David in Boynton Beach, who says, I don't know if it's too soon to get concerned, but all I see of Hassan Whiteside is him going out and playing video games. Meanwhile, players like Justice Winslow, Briante Weber, Josh Richardson, James Johnson, and others the Heat signed this offseason seem to be putting in the time. David, one thing I've learned with the NBA is that July and August belong to the players. And the thing is with Hassan, he has been in the gym. He's been working out with Tyler Johnson, he's been working out with Heat coaches, and if you watch enough of his Snapchat videos, he clearly is someone who's been working on his body, whether it's him making his muscles or talking about the weight and muscle that he's added. Again, as long as Hassan is in September early enough to work with teammates, that's all that matters, and you can be sure that Udonis Haslem will make sure that Hassan is in the gym in September. And our last question comes from Daniel in Miami, who says, no disrespect to Wayne Ellington, but do you see him getting traded once he is eligible? Do you believe if the Heat knew they were signing Dion Waiters, they would have even signed Ellington in the first place? Daniel, I think it's a reasonable point, and I think if they knew they were going to get Dion Waiters, they might not have gotten so loaded at shooting guard, considering they want to get time also for Josh Richardson and for Tyler Johnson. To me, for Ellington to get minutes, and maybe minutes even ahead of Dion Waiters, it comes down to making three-point shots, something he's done pretty regularly against the Heat. For all Waiters might be able to add, three-point shooting is not a specialty, which could open the door for Wayne Ellington. Those are today's 3 questions. We'll be back tomorrow with 3 more. For SunSentinel.com, I'm Ira Winderman.